Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to embark on a crucial diplomatic tour this week. He will travel to France for a two-day visit and will attend the Bastille Day Parade as the chief guest. After this, he will head to the Gulf Nation UAE. This will be Prime Minister Modi's fifth visit to the UAE since taking office in 2014. Earlier, he had visited the nation in 2022, 2019, 2018 and 2015. Ties between both the countries have significantly grown in recent years in terms of trade, defense and people-to-people linkage. Last year, both nations signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement that has played an important role in boosting bilateral trade. The agreement has had a key impact on India's exports to UAE, both in terms of oil and non-oil products. Trade volume between the two countries has reached a historic high, increasing from $72.9 billion from the year 2021 to 2022 to now $84.5 billion in 2022 to 23. This shows a significant year-on-year growth of about 16%. Apart from economic cooperation, defense interaction between India and the UAE has also seen a steady growth. There have been regular military exchanges at the highest level. Both countries have regularly conducted joint naval exercises and port calls, which have promoted mutual trust between their armed forces. Ahead of this trip, Prime Minister Modi will land in France, as I mentioned earlier, on the 13th of July. The visit comes after he was invited as the guest of honor at the Bastille Day Parade. This is a rare occasion as France is not known for inviting foreign dignitaries every year to the parade. On the agenda will be defense cooperation. India is expected to ink deals worth over $13.3 billion to buy 26 Rafale M aircraft and 3 additional Scorpene submarines with France. Outcomes are also expected on space, geostrategy, infrastructure, energy, climate action, people-to-people ties, sports and culture. Now, for more on this, we have with us our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joining us live. Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us of the key areas of focus on the agenda for Prime Minister Modi's visit to France and then UAE?
Well, it will be a significant visit of the Indian Prime Minister both to France and UAE. Now, of course, as you pointed out, he will be the guest of honor at the Bastille Day. And with the key focus areas will be announcements on defense. Now, it's given that one of the key announcements will be on the Rafale M for the Indian Navy. Also, when it comes to submarines as well, 3 Scorpion submarines is something that is on the anvil. But essentially, both countries are looking at co-production as well with, of course, the manufacture of engine with Zafran and, of course, an Indian partner. But essentially, from France, the Prime Minister travels to UAE, and this will be the 5th visit of the Prime Minister to UAE. We know that there have been a lot of engagements. In fact, last year only Prime Minister was in UAE, and one of the key focus area, it looks like as of now, will be on education. Also, we know that both countries are right now working on the usage of dirham and rupee trade. UAE is an important trading partner of India. Last year only they signed a trading pact as well that has increased trade between the two countries. And under this trading pact, both countries are looking forward to a larger trade volume between the two countries in near future. So a very substantive visit of the Indian Prime Minister, where focus will be of course, strengthening of the relationship, but also how there can be domain-specific outcomes from education to defense in both the countries.
Right, Siddhant. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Prime Minister Modi will land in France on the 13th of July, and he was invited as the guest of honor at the Bastille Day Parade. Now, that is a rare occasion. What can you tell us about further cooperation and collaboration between France and India?
The main pillars of this relationship. But if we talk about Bastille Day, we know that the last time an Indian Prime Minister was a guest of honor was way back in 2009 when the then Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was the guest of honor. This time around, we will not only see Prime Minister being the guest of honor, but also the tri-service contingent of the Indian Armed Forces participating at the Élysee, we will see the marching by them, and we will see also INS Chennai docking in one of the ports of France, and Rafale, the Indian Air Force Rafales at the flypast as well. But India and France, the relationship between the armed forces has been pretty long. In fact, Indian forces played a key role during World War I and World War II. There are, of course, memorials as well for the Indians who laid their lives during World War I as well. The Indian Prime Minister during his 2015 visit had paid homage as well. So essentially, there is a long-standing relationship between the two countries, and with this visit, we will see further strengthening of the ties.
All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We will, of course, continue to track the developments closely.